like a silly exercise, it could save your life. These stories, all the news this Sunday night, November 14th, 1993.
Live from KTVU, this is the Emmy Award-winning 10 o'clock news on Channel 2.
It's called the toughest physical training in the world. I'm Bob McKenzie. We'll see Navy SEALs candidates working out in San Diego.
Straight ahead tonight, you won't believe what some men have to do to be one of the elite. Segment 2 joins the Navy SEALs for some rigorous training.
For many tough and dangerous missions, the Navy sends in its elite military team, the Navy SEALs. These men are believed to be the best of the best. On segment 2 tonight, Bob McKenzie shows us some of what it takes to be a Navy SEAL.
To hang with your elbows up in the air until the ache turns into agony, until you feel you may black out, until you are sure you can't stand it another second, and then to keep on doing it, well, that's just how these young men start the day.
Can't keep up to a simple speed that I have to slow way down to do, then we're going to pull you in the back, and we're going to go ahead and start our secondary little group of PT for the individuals that can't hang with the rest of the men. You guys understand that? Sit up, ready.
In high school or college, they were the top jocks, triathletes, Ironmen, trophy winners. Here, they're just trainees hoping to be Navy SEALs. At least half of them will fail. Any young man in good shape can do 40 or 50 sit-ups, but how about hundreds of sit-ups in a row? Let's look in on these men 20 minutes later.
People, keep up!
Those who can keep going longer than the others in what is acknowledged as the toughest physical training regimen in the world will become Navy SEALs. It's that simple. And when the body cries out to quit, you are advised to remember that SEALs don't quit. If you do yield to exhaustion and try to grab a second's rest, that's all you'll get. A trainer will suggest that you do the bear crawl.
Hurry up! Get back there! Bear crawl, Bird! Get bear crawl! Bear crawl!
The bear crawl is exhausting and ridiculous and humiliating and designed to remind you that if you do not shape up, you will be shipped out. Later in the afternoon, after hours of grueling physical training, a SEAL candidate may get something more relaxing to do. In this exercise, the feet are tied together and the hands are tied behind the back. The idea is to go to the surface, take a breath of air, drop to the bottom, and expel the air, and back up for another breath. If you can do this for an hour, it is assumed that you can do it indefinitely. This kind of training is said to come in handy when a man finds himself in hostile waters with an enemy patrol boat looking for him. Even when trainees get to go to class, they run there. They run everywhere.
You have a DRS-100 with the hydrophone.
Though many of these men are strung out on the farthest edge of physical exhaustion, they are not advised to go to sleep in class. One man fell asleep in this class, so the whole group was told to run down to the ocean, throw themselves in it to wake up, then run back to class. The man who fell asleep probably won't do that again.
Go, fire it off! Let's go! Okay, take seats. Go, 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 go! Go, go! What are we doing, sir? As far as being physically tough, yes, that is true. They can push themselves. They're going to have to push themselves past the limit, and that's where the mental thing comes into play, majorly.
Why'd you want to do this?
Be with the best, sir. Yeah, it's the only way to go if you're in the Navy.
Down.
What are you trying to prove to yourself? That you're tough?
To see if I have the willpower to do what I really set my mind to do, no matter what the obstacle.
Belly in. Pedal straight. Are we fired up?
All right, good. Good. Fired up. All right, fired up.
Good.
Fired up.
If you're going to have a military force, it makes sense to have the best one. Navy SEALs believe that they're the best of the best. And if they can get through this, they're probably right. In San Diego, I'm Bob McKenzie, and that's segment 2. So
Something tells me Bob didn't go through a whole lot of this training. What you've just seen, though, is the easy part of the training. Tomorrow in part 2 of Bob's segment 2 series, we're going to see what the really tough training these men still need to go through.
No reporter involvement on that story.
No.
On segment 2 tonight, we conclude our 2-part report on what some people will do to test their mettle and serve their country. Strain on mind and body is extreme, and competition is fierce for those trying to become diehards of the deep. Bob McKenzie reports.
Come on, Schultz! Dig down deep! Do it, Schultz! You don't have to make those ugly faces, just do it. Most military men consider it the toughest physical training course in the world. The young men going through it want to become Navy SEALs, the legendary underwater demolition experts. But fewer than half of these men will make the grade, despite the fact that all of them are superb athletes in peak condition. Get up there. I want to see it come from your gut. Physical stress is only part of it. All of these men will have volunteered for this course and have passed a series of tests to get here. To get this far and fail could be very hard to take. Come on, Instant Current. See a little bit of gut check here. The training has two purposes. One, to take the trainees into realms of physical accomplishment and mental toughness beyond what they knew they were capable of. Two, to break anyone who might break in combat. Get up there! You, bud. Up. Get up! Down. When a man can't take any more physical or mental stress, he has a way out. He can stand in this spot and ring the bell 3 times. He'll then be mustered out of the unit. During our 2-day stay, 2 men rang the bell. Since this is considered a disgrace, we didn't ask to videotape them. They'll have enough trouble forgetting that moment.
Hit the surf.
Hit the surf! Oh, hit the water! Hey, you better not drop that boat again.
Navy SEALs typically operate in small units, half a dozen men. This exercise is about the kind of work SEALs do. Sneaking onto an enemy beach in a small boat, usually at night, attacking a target and escaping back to a waiting ship or submarine. They do this exercise over and over in any kind of weather, including storms that raise 6-foot waves.
Oh, we got one down, in a 2-foot wave. Unbelievable.
It looks as though they kind of beat you half to death here. Is the idea to get you to be discouraged?
It's to make you a harder individual when the time comes when this is what's going to happen in our future. When we get on the teams, just to make you more prepared for when that stuff happens, so you'll mentally be ready for it.
Are you a naturally brave guy, would you say?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, you know some of these guys aren't going to make it through this. Are you going to be one of them?
Try not to think of it like that. Take one step at a time, day by day. If it has to be, maybe hour by hour.
After a morning of bracing physical activity, a man might like to have a nap before lunch. What he'll get here instead is a 4-mile run before lunch.
Get up here! Hurry up! Get up here! Get up here! Give it a pass! Get up there! Take the hold each side! Split it! Watch where you're running! Split! Take the hold!
You're the victim, you're the buddy. Go through the whole thing. Don't be kicking when you're the victim, you understand? Yeah. Do it. Though the SEALs now operate in desert and jungle, their natural habitat is the water. They are still frogmen. In this exercise, a diver helps an injured buddy get to the surface. It's a rule in the force that a SEAL is never left behind, dead or alive. Never. Once the trainees can perform every operation in the pool, including picking up an object in their teeth while their hands and feet are tied, they take to the salt water to do the same sorts of things.
The lifestyle they have is the one I want to lead. Just danger, high excitement. I like that, sir.
Life like a movie, huh?
Kind of, sir.
The Navy SEALs' exploits in Korea, Vietnam, and the Persian Gulf often have been like a movie, except that the danger and sometimes death are real. The 50% to 40% of these young men who complete this training will have good reason to feel that they're the best of the best. They'll then join a Navy SEALs team, and then they'll find out that what they've been through was only the beginning. In San Diego, I'm Bob McKenzie, and that's segment 2.